Hey guys, Sax here, and welcome back to another AIC Championship video. Welcome to Michigan, or whatever route number this is. I didn't keep track of. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, you guys have been enjoying the series, obviously. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and let the cars roll. And on pole is Casey for the first time this season. To her outside, it's Ryan in the 88, and then behind them, it is Smity in Crimson. Row 3 is Jelly and Ricky. Then it's Chris and Spades. Jay and Theodobajan. Julia, Taffi, and rounding out the field is Colin and Juan. This one is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be, I believe, the most laps we've ran in our race. This point. Maybe. I don't remember how many we ran for. I think Atlanta had more. Never mind. I think Atlanta had more. Yeah, Atlanta had more. Sorry, not bad. But this one does have the second most. For sure. Let's see who's able to win this thing. Smity riding on a wave of success after Pocono. If you did not watch that, go watch that. Go watch all the previous races before getting into this one. Go watch how our season has gone so far before you see what unfolds here today. Matter of fact, we're going to fix this time so that way there's less shadows on track. And here they come to the restart zone to start the race. Green flag in the air. 31 already clear of the 88. A very good start for the 31. Is going to try to break a little bit of away, but it's very hard to break away here at Michigan. They can run pretty much any line and it will be fairly decent. Unless you're all the way up at the wall riding that. Like at that point, yeah, you're not going to be great. But here comes the 33 now looking to the inside, side by side. Smity riding right behind Casey. As they get back to the line here, it's going to be side by side down to the line. I believe the 33 is probably going to get to the line. Maybe! Maybe not. It's going to be close. No, it goes to the 31. 31 barely leads a lap. But as you see, this is already getting crazy. One of the back row starters of the 19 has already found his way to the top 5. See him there, second on the inside line there behind the 33. He's the first non-Chevy. But that is to be expected. Chevy has a lot of cars in this field. Over half the field is branded by the bow tie. Still side by side coming back to the line. I don't know. I think this is still going to be 31 barely across the line. That's what I mean by these lines are very even. It is very hard to make a pass here. You've got to be able to set it up and hope that the other car makes a mistake. Outside line gets a good run off of these corners, but the inside line obviously gets an advantage in the middle of the corner. So that's what I mean by Yo-Yo is kind of back and forth between the two lines. You saw the 31 got a huge run there on the back straightaway, but it's going to lose all of that run through the turns, and it goes right back to the 33. As they come back to the line this time by, the 33 will lead it. So now Casey is going to be hoping for something here. Get this lead back from Jelly. As here comes Julia. Making her presence known here early. Side by side still for the race lead. 31 and 33 have been fighting it hard since the green flag. It would not shock me if one of those two went to victory lane today, but right now it's looking like the 33's got a little more pace down on this bottom side. Oh, maybe not. Casey closed it up just a touch that lap. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Still holding it side by side between the two lines. Neither line really able to break away from each other. I think maybe that 31, yeah, got clear this time by. A very good exit there out of 2. Casey able to clear. Here comes Julia to the top side. And a 33 looking low. See how this one plays out. As the rest of the field kind of getting single filed out. Still side by side, but Jelly has nothing for that outside line right now. That 31 has got the momentum rolling on this outside. He gets a peek to the inside through turn 1 and 2, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold it for much longer. I think Julia's even going to get around him here pretty quickly. Yep, there it is. Front 2 cleared the 33. Oh, big wiggle out of that 31 there. Was trying to avoid hitting the 41. Made too quick of a movement and almost lost it. Now Julia makes the look for the race lead, not able to get it there. Casey still holds on to the lead here. We've only had one person win from pole this entire season so far. Could Casey go on to be the second one to do it? Give Chevy their second win in a row. When they had not won it all at the beginning of the season, it took them a couple of races to get their footing in victory lane. And it was a dominant race by Smity that ended up getting them back in victory lane. Or not back in victory, getting them into victory lane in the first place. Could we see a domination from the 31? As she has pulled a little bit of a gap over Julia as there's a battle going on for third. And of course I gotta see it, and that's when it lags. Thank you, game. Side by side, Smity, Jelly, and Crimson. That's the battle right now for P3. Outside line's gonna get rolling a little bit better than this inside line. But Smity has the advantage when they're turning. Shorter way around the track. And you see a bit of a gap to the next cars behind these guys. The top 5 have kind of pulled away. Well, kind of. They have pulled away. Pretty much a second gap between these guys to Jay. And now they're probably going to get clear. Smity here pretty quickly. Oh! Big move from the 33 down to the inside. Trying to make the move for second place. Side by side now for P2. Jelly trying to make this bottom line work. Got a huge run on Julia there going into 3. Took the dive. Now a side by side for that position. 31 still out front, right in front of them though. Julia gonna get into the back bumper of the 31 now, peeks down to the bottom. We're trying to cycle up to her so we could see what was going on between the race leaders. 3 on the bottom, 2 up top. Side by side, I think Julia's gonna lead it across the line this time, maybe. Oh yeah, a good little margin there over Casey. But the more this front 5 fight, the more cars that will join this fight. We'll see Jay, Chris, and whoever else find their way closer and closer to this battle. Still side by side for the race lead. I don't know if Julia's going to keep it this time by. I think that 31's got the momentum back on this high side. She just has the pace. So does Julia by herself. Holy. Wasn't expecting that. Casey leads it across the line. Barely with some help from the 08 of Crimson. Now the front 3 have put a little bit away from 4th and 5th. Just a little bit, not crazy. But they have a little bit. Julia Julia still trying to put the pressure down on this inside, but it's really not working. Like, you can make a move down there. I've seen it during the practice race. If you get a run, you can make that bottom line work. That outside line is just looking really strong right now. As you see, as I'm talking about that, you see the 31 block this inside line. Go to block the 41. Now it's side by side for the race lead. Crimson now to the outside of the 31. Julia looking a couple lanes up there as well. Side by side of the line. It's still Casey who leads it across the line, but we get a major lag spike. Still holding that side by side. Casey with the advantage on exit, but the outside line's going to get a huge run here down the back straightaway. You're the 31. You want to compact the air on that quarter panel. Pull that 08 back. Still holding that side by side. The 31 is doing an amazing job of holding off wherever the runs come from. This is what I mean. She is fighting back hard on this inside line. Better than anybody else. We have not seen anybody be able to hold the lead running the bottom line. It always goes back to that 31 running the outside. So it really looks like that 31 has the pace to beat. Which is crazy to say as a contender that is not, or say funny, that hasn't been contending. I believe it's third from the bottom end points. It's just had very poor finishes across the board. Now looking potentially at a race win. Still some pressure from that 08, but the field is definitely getting more and more strung out. Does Crimson make the move here into turn 3? No, follows right behind the 31. I don't know what the strategy was there. Maybe make the move on the front straightaway, pull down the track here on the dog leg. I think that might be the call from this 08 if she makes the move. Just kind of trailing behind. Yep, there it is. Down to the inside, going into turn 1. Big move from the 08. That was also a big move we would see during the practice. That car would dive it off into turn 1 and normally would end up with the lead, but it is really showing the pace behind that 31 right now. Nobody has been able to successfully take the lead away and drive away from the 31. And as you see it right now, the 31 is successfully taking the lead and driven away from people. Over half a second difference there between first and second. Now second under pressure from third and fourth, and potentially even fifth place there as you see Colin trying to find his way into this fight. Smitty's going to be now sizing up that 08, figure out where he can make the move as he looks to the outside here. Try to get a little bit of momentum built up, get a big run here. But Julia's not down to his inside. It's going to be hard to make a move. As they lost time to the race leader even that lap. Now here comes Julia down to the inside here in turn 1 and 2. Trying to take second place away. But 08's going to fight back hard on this outside line with help from the 48. Chevy's working well together. Got the outside line rolling. 08 back clear for second place. Now Smity trying to take third away. Still side by side. Julia had a good turn 3 and 4. Got back down to the inside of Crimson here into turn 1. Dives it in deep, not able to get it to fully stick. Oh wait, it's going to get a big run here, and it's got the 48 all over the back bumper. So that's going to be a big run there down the back straightaway. Not as big as I thought. I thought that maybe a little bit more momentum. As they're going to go 3 wide, Smity wants to go to this outside. This is going to get interesting. As you can see, Colin is right there. Whoa! Big moves from the entire group of these three. Smity tried to pull the crossover, get back down to the inside, wasn't able to get it done, slots back up. But that is going to hurt his momentum. As now we're trying to cycle to our second place driver of the 41. As once again, Crimson got a little bit better of a run now to the outside of the 41, still side by side for second place. Neither one of them want to hand the position to the other. They're going to keep fighting until this thing finishes. Or if one of them crashes. Right? That's also a possibility. But 41 clears. Here comes the OA back down to the bottom. This is what I mean. They will not let each other have the position. And in their fighting, they have been catching the 31 every lap. Now Crimson on the not preferred line when it comes to turn 1 and 2 and this back straightaway. 41 with a big run, pushing the 31. Oh, now Julia looks to the outside, looking for 3 wide for the race lead. Not able to keep it out there. But it's going to turn into a battle between the 08. Oh, here comes Julia. To the bottom, 3 wide for the race lead. 41 takes it into turn 1. This is the lowest we have seen that 31 since the start, pretty much. So this is going to be a major rebound moment for this 31. Looks down to the inside. A bit lazy, a bit of a lazy move there. Yeah, that's what I thought. Goes back up to this outside line. Going to try to form up a run against this 08. And there's the move going it towards turn 1. 31's going to be hoping to clear. And she does. Now she's going to size up this 41. As we are approaching halfway, the front 3 have pulled over a second over 4th. Right now it is a brawl between the 08, the 31, and 41. None of the guys get up here competing for this. This is actually kind of strange. I was expecting to see Smity hang around with them because he was keeping up for a while, or even Jelly, but neither one of them are up here battling for this race lead. As the car leading the charge to this top 3 ends up being Colin. He has slowly but surely found his way up towards the front after qualifying on the back row. But as we're talking about that, 31 peeks to the inside, trying to go for the race lead against Julia. Side by side. Can the 31 get the rotation towards turn 1 to get clear? She's going to lead the lap, but doesn't have the momentum on her side when it goes through turn 2 and onto the back straightaway. She's going to hope that she can clear through turn 1. She's not going to be able to. She's going to have to hope that she can hold side by side into 3. Force a mistake out of that 41. Get Julia to go a little bit higher than what she wants. She does keep it side by side. I don't know if the momentum's going to favor her, though. A 41 is really using this outside line well. And as they're fighting on, 4th on back is starting to catch. You can see Spades, Colin, and Smity reeling in the race leaders. Now it's single file between the front 2. Can the 31 set something up here soon? This is the longest that she has not been in the lead. She goes to this outside line here through 3 and 4, trying to build up the momentum, get a run built here going into turn 1. Will it work? Riding right on the bumper, now pulls down to the bottom. Side by side entering turn 1. She clears for the race lead. A brilliant move out of the 31. That's what I mean by it's been hard to keep her out of this lead all race long. It doesn't matter who takes the race lead. That 31 is coming right back for it. If that 31 does not win, it is going to be an upset. 100%. That 31 has been the dominant car all race long. But Julia, right on the tail of that 31, takes the peak down low, trying to replicate the move that was made on her just a lap ago. And it's going to work. Maybe the 31 has some work cut out for her. This wasn't like passing Smity or Crimson. You've got to work a little harder now. Back to the outside, 31 trying to build up the run. Trying to possibly repeat the same move. Yep, there it is, same move, back down to the bottom. Hilarious before entering turn 1 with a decent-sized lead. As there is a battle on for third. Spades has found their way into the fight for a podium. .41 following right behind the 31. Trying to find something that she can do here. Not close enough, I don't think, to make a move into turn 1. As you can see, third and fourth have got a good bit closer. Here comes the 45 up to third. It's the first time we've seen Spades this race, at least up here at the front. As Julia trying to size up this 31 to make the pass. It's going to be a bit difficult. Goes down to the bottom. Side by side for the race lead. The momentum's going to be on the side of the 31. Was it enough for Julia to get it to the line? No. Casey is just one person really hard to pass here tonight. It's hard for anybody to keep themselves in front of this 31. As once again, this outside run's going to work in the favor of that 31. Maybe not enough. Charlie hoping for a little bit more there. Wasn't able to get it. Side by side still. I think the 41 might be able to get clear. Oh, and she does! A good move out of that 41. Was able to use the bottom. That's what I meant. This is genuinely the hardest battle this 31's had to face all race long. This will probably end up being our battle for the win. Peeks out of the inside, down the back straightaway. I don't think this is the best place to make this move. I say that, but Casey's been able to find the weirdest places to take this race lead. And this might be one of them. Get enough momentum built up on this bottom line. She's ahead for now, but will she keep it through turn 1? Side by side as they enter turn 1. I believe the 31's going to be able to clear. No, that 41 is just fighting back hard on this outside line. And while they're fighting, they're pulling away again from third place. It is crazy to watch the front two battle on and pull away at the same time. Casey able to clear, slides up the track. And here comes the 41 back on the move, goes out of the bottom, leads the lap, was like, nah, I got the momentum, I'm not going to let you lead this thing. Now it's a decent gap over the 31 going through turn 1 and 2. Just got to have a mental reset if you're Casey here in P2. Just take a second to breathe and just find your rhythm again. As you see there, the 31 goes more towards the top, trying to get a little bit more momentum built up. Get closer to that 41, size Julia up again. On the back bumper now. A solid front straightaway and a solid 1 and 2. Now peeks down to the inside, going onto the back straightaway. That's a big move there for the 31. Now to the inside, side by side for the race lead. Casey and Julia going at it lap after lap here. .31's going to lead it this time by across the line. That 41's got the momentum on the top side. Casey has got her work cut out for her. And Julia's got her work cut out for her as well. This is a hard fight between the two of these two. Julia able to get clear into 3 with the momentum. Don't necessarily know if that's a great thing to have. This front straightaway is where Casey ends up making these moves and they end up sticking a little bit better. If she makes the move, it doesn't look like she's gonna. Not that time by. It is a hard fight here for the race lead. And again, they are pulling away from third. Here comes Casey looking at the bottom. Trying to wrap the bottom a little bit tighter so maybe can get side by side here coming to the line. But I just don't think that move is going to work unless you can get the momentum built up and make a dive on this straightaway. Because that 41's got a little bit over you on entry and it's just going to have an insane exit speed. You're not going to be able to keep up. You gotta pick and choose when you make your move. It's just not just make any move. The 31's gonna follow right on the coattail of the 41. Coming down to 10 laps to go. Again, the 31 makes the lunge to the bottom. Needs to have been trading the lead for pretty much the past 20 laps. Now Casey has a little bit of a buffer. Just a small one though. Hey, good move that time by. Had a little mental reset. Figured out what move needed to be made. Made it. Now driving off into turn 3 with a bit of a buffer. Now here comes the 41 looking to the outside. I think that was a bad call from this 31. You want to block this top line. Because now that 41 is going to have a lot of momentum coming right back at you going into turn 1. Yep, and there's the move. And is able to clear. That's what I mean by that. You got to block off that momentum. And now Casey's got to reset again. Every single time Casey gets around Julia, Julia answers right back. Into 3:31, following right behind. Bump drafting onto the main straightaway, now pulls down to the bottom. Once again leads the lap. It is hard to tell who is going to win this between these two. 1 and 2. Both of them run the same line. Now Julia runs the bottom, Casey runs the top. That's definitely going to help this 31 pull a little bit of a gap. That momentum is going to give them a little bit of separation. This is a 4-car battle going on for P3. The battle still is up front. Maybe. Oh, Julia's going to heat it back up. Goes back to the top side. Casey let her guard down. That is going to hurt. The 41's going to have momentum coming right back towards this 31. Going to be setting up a move here with only a few laps to go. Julia's got to get on the move and get around Casey fast if she wants to win this thing. The battle for third has gotten a little bit separated there. Maybe not. We're going to go back up to the lead battle, though. Maybe. There we go. Five laps to go. Julia slowly creeping in. Will she have enough time? And if she does have enough time, does Casey have enough time to answer back? She is there. Casey needs to run this top side here through 3 and 4. And is just not doing it, which is handing time to this 41, as you can see, all over the back bumper. Casey cannot make a mistake now. Julia is gonna take every advantage that she can get to make a move. Yeah, and there it is, the peak down to the inside. Oh, but wiggle just a little too much. It's going to give a lot of space at this 31 going into the turn. But once again, chooses the bottom line. I don't know if she just feels a little bit more comfortable right there for now, but it's definitely handing time to this 41. As you can see, he's going to get a rally back. All that time that she lost is right back into her favor, but takes a dive into turn 1. Casey keeps it on the outside. That's going to help this 31. As they're going to be coming back down to 2 laps to go, and it's still a fight. Who is going to win it? The 31 didn't get a huge momentum boost that time by. Now the 31 down to second. Has some momentum coming to the line. When do you make that move? The answer is now. 2 laps to go. 31 with the advantage going into the turn. He's going to be hoping to clear, not able to. Side by side, down the back straightaway. 31 still out front. Needs to pretty much deep dive it, and is not going to do that. Maybe. Got a good rotation there. Gonna have to block off anything this 41 brings. I think the 41's got this thing locked up. Big momentum for the 41. That is a big gap for Casey to pull down. I don't think she's going to be able to do it. I think that Casey just handed the win to Julia. After dominating all race long, Chevy hands a win away. That is not what you wanted to see for that 31. Such a dominant day. And loses it in the final lap. But it's not going to matter. Ford back on top. Julia takes win number 3. What a race. I was not expecting the 41 to rob Casey at the end. All right, let's look at this fastest lap. And it goes to Julia. That doesn't shock me whatsoever. She showed tonight that she had a lot of pace, and she has fallen way down the order in points. Has just had miserable weeks since we left Daytona. We're going to take a quick look at you guys' points. I keep forgetting to talk about this. I'll let you guys look at it on the screen, because I don't obviously do them until after I record these, so I can go and do them when I'm not live, or not live, recording. Whatever, doesn't matter. But here's your order for standings. Make sure to check out the previous videos if you have not, which I don't know why you're watching this if you haven't watched the others. Go watch the future ones, obviously. Go check out the main racing channel, where we actually race, and it's not AI racing, so go check that out. Go check out the TikTok for when I post some stuff over there. Check out the Twitch for when I stream live. And come join the Discord to come hang out with the community and join the races we host on the main channel. So, Saxy signing out. See you guys next time. Bye, guys.